As you can see, we are here where the steam is coming from the ground, and then it becomes water, and then that water does what? Oh, it's used to generate electricity. And because stima ikunywe maji, then the water comes here and we can swim.
You can swim. I found out why it smells the way it does. Hydrogen sulfide gas.
Hydrogen sulfide gas.
And what is unique about the hydrogen sulfide gas and here? Or is it?
Me, I started at boiled eggs.
Exactly.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
We will ask our guest.
We'll ask our guest.
Our guest is Engineer Fred Ishugah. He is the General Manager for Renewable Energy Research and Development at the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, REREC. How many R's can be in one?
Hey. Had you not thought of the people of the mountain?
Engineer
when
Fred. Fred from REREC.
Yeah, actually in renewable energy, the longer the acronym, the better.
Oh, okay.
The longer the acronym, the better.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People just have to adjust.
You can think about any other. Yeah, make it long so that it sounds better.
No, it's just the number of R's. Rural, those are 2 R's. Electrification, there's an and renewable energy corporation. There are so many R's. Just because we want to make it renewable electricity.
Just because you want to make it really renewable.
Really renewable.
Really, truly, really renewable.
Without trying, really renewable.
Effortlessly.
We've just gone to the R's.
Effortlessly.
Karibu sana, engineer.
Yeah, thank you.
We welcome you to geothermal, because this is not rural. I know you deal with rural. Yeah, we are just dealing with where the power comes from.
Actually,
and then it's
this
given
is
to
indeed the most rural part. Yes.
Because it's coming from the underground.
Exactly.
Interesting.
You'll explain to us why it smells the way it smells. And, that whole sulfur,
hydrogen sulfide gas.
The gas and eggs. But first, Janet is going to give you the day's quote. Listen to the quote. Words were said by somebody a long time ago, but let's see whether they make sense today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. This was said in 1957 by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana. He was speaking in Accra, and this was on the eve of the independence. And one of the things he said is, we must run while others walk. We must run while others walk. Think of the sector you're in. Are we running? Are we walking?
So I make sense out of that? Yeah. Of course, in this space that we are in, this is a very, very noble space, renewable energy. And of course, it has come in and it has been brought in by a number of people due to the challenges that have been there, resulting from laxity and not knowing the impact that fossil fuel was making. And therefore, we must catch up with the pace. And therefore, to me, renewable energy is the way to go.
Okay.
We must keep running. Yes.
We're already running.
Yes.
We're past walking now,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Please inform Mariam that nuclear is renewable.
I've never doubted that, Eric. I have never. My issue has never been with the source of the energy.
It's coal, right? What is it?
My problem with coal is the environmental friendliness.
Yes.
And with nuclear, it's our capacity to safely use nuclear energy.
You guys cannot get steel from the ground. You make the earth crust.
No, you cannot compare nuclear.
And it's nuclear in its wider spectrum because, learning that it still exists in everyday things.
It does, 100%.
It's more about, to your point,
Yes.
So actually for nuclear, somebody needs to expound it. Because nuclear has got different technologies. The one that many are aware of is the one that is non-renewable. But as the sun rises, did you imagine that the sun itself is a nuclear reactor? And therefore, the bulk of the energy that we receive on the earth crust, which is over 98%, is nuclear driven. But now the technology is different, not the one that we are using here.
That's good to know. Tell us a little bit about REREC. Just very simply break down the mandate of REREC.
Yeah, REREC is this is a 100% government entity. Yeah, so its inception came on board quite some years back, around 1973 back then, when the rate of electricity access in the country was about just 4%, especially in rural areas. So there has been some transition all through to the time when an entity was formed in sometime 2006, 2007, after the new act came on board, that the Act of Energy Act of 2006 came on board. Then the same was repealed in 2019, and now we have a new act. So earlier we had a Rural Electrification Authority, which mostly steered the aspect of ensuring that the rural communities can be able to get access to electricity. It was a special purpose vehicle that the government deliberately set up to have an aspect of socioeconomic transformation happen within the rural areas through energy access, which is an enabler. That's electricity access. With now the new Energy Act 2019 coming on board, then the mandate was expanded. Now we started running. Yeah, so a bulk of mandates that was added to then REREC, Rural Electrification Agency, was now a bulk of renewable energy mandates. And therefore, it led now to the many R's that we have. Now we are doing both. We continue doing the renewable rural electrification, but in addition to that, we promote and develop renewable energy projects within the country, but except geothermal. Geothermal, you are aware we have an agency dedicated for it, GTC.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to ask just very quickly before you come in is, it's evolved. You've talked about how it's a renewable energy agency and how it's come. Any chance going forward that there's more to add to the spectrum and scope of the work you do? Or do you feel like, no, REREC captures the entirety of what it is, the mandate that we have? Or do you think, no, there's still this other mandate that at some point we will want to include in the interventions that we have?
Yeah, I think with the unbundling of the energy sector, the mandates have really been placed correctly. So we can't say that Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation is daring for new other mandates. Clearly from the Act, we have been given all the mandate to do renewable energy projects, except that for geothermal, which is being done by a dedicated agency.
Okay.
Yes.
100% rural electrification. How long do we have until we need to achieve that?
Yeah, from the arguments that we've made, both global and also local, yeah, this is a target that we have by 2030. Each community needs to have access to electricity. Yes. And
it's also a tall order.
Yeah, so it's a tall order.
It's quite a tall
order. I can say that considerable work has been put in place to ensure that Kenya now, the statistics reads over 70% access. Yeah, and there's a big drive. Policies have been made, structures have been put in place, including now even the setup of REREC, to ensure that 2030 is visible within our eyes. We are able to have the entire country access to electricity and actually access to clean energy. Yes.
I think of this 100% rural electrification and getting to that by 2030 as, like you said, a big mandate, and a lot of work has been done. From a funding perspective, it requires an incredible amount of resource. Where is the money coming from? Is the government bringing power to my grandmother's home?
Yeah, of course, the limitation still remains funding, and this is widely known. And the main reason we have this conference here in Olkaria, how are we going to close the gap of the remaining slightly over 20% of the population? Yes, it's a wide range of solutions needed, but specifically to what you're speaking to, funding still remains the biggest obstacle. Through what we do, there are a number of options that we put in place to ensure that that can be achieved. One, of course, we do proper allocation, deliberate allocation of exchequer funds, especially to those communities that will not be able to be reached very close by grid extension. Yeah, so through this we have allocation on decentralized systems and distributed systems. That's the mini grids, talk of the standalone solar PV systems, which are the most potent within the country now. With the realization that some of the areas it will take an arm and a leg to be able to extend the grid because of the costs involved, among other issues. Yeah. Two is we work with development partners who really come in handy to support the drive in rural electrification. I'll say one, for REREC, I'll say we work very closely with the World Bank. And there is this project called COSAP, Kenya Off-Grid Solar Access Project, where we have components divided among different entities. But under REREC, we have 31 mini-grids being set up in those ASAL counties. Yeah, and this we are going to see over 15,000 households gaining access to electricity. Yeah, so you can see the blend of now exchequer and then development funding coming on board, supplementing what we are able to do. Right. We also do what we call matching funds. We have quite an innovative partnership funding model that we've developed in REREC called the matching fund. Under this, under this program, we partner with counties, we partner with constituencies where we match a shilling for a shilling. So for us, we put to a constituency up to, or a county up to 5 million for a constituency, then they match with a similar or higher. So far, actually, this program started around 2014. Now
this is what, NGCDF?
Even NGCDF, yeah, of course, NGCDF.
Or how else would a community be matching?
Yes.
Is it a county or a community? Yes. It's a county.
Both.
Okay.
Both the, of course, the MPs, they have the NGCDF. Then the counties also, they have budgetary allocation. So they match with us, and we are able to do bigger projects within their areas. And so far, I can say with counties, we have matched to a tune of 2.5 billion shillings since the program started, and more than 900 projects implemented. Yeah, through that matching fund project. With constituencies also, we have matched to a tune of about 5 billion since the program started, with over 4,000 projects being implemented. So you can see this is also one of the methods that we use also to mobilize resources that are able to speed up the process of ensuring that the communities are able to access electricity.
Right.
Yeah, and other energy services.
Let me ask some Monanchi questions as far as the cost of rural electrification from a personal perspective. I'll begin with, again, if I live somewhere close to Olkaria, stima ijanipita, but I know at geothermal kuna stima. Ideally, how much should that cost me to pull? We call it pulling. It's the Kenyanism for for pulling.
Yep.
That's number one. And then number two would be, what happens to communities that perhaps may not prioritize electricity? Because we've heard of cases where stima inakuja, fantastic, last mile connectivity came, but it's an extra cost to people who don't have the funds. So they end up, of course, either not using the power or using it only for charging phones. We were discussing that with Latif. Or, they even want to remove the, what's it called, that fuse box.
Because they're like, it's costing me more.
It's costing me more. It's an added cost on my life.
Yeah, I think two aspects. You have two questions in there.
Yes.
One is on the aspect of how much it costs for a household to gain access to electricity. Yeah, under the program that we do, REREC, I mentioned that REREC is 100% government funded, actually a government entity. Yes, yes. And what we do is we mostly concentrate on social aspect of access. So initially we target public facilities, schools, dispensaries, hospitals. So we either extend electricity to those public institutions, to the markets, or we do localized generation and distribution within those markets. And since it's fully funded by either the government or development partner who comes on board, then we do the entire electrification process to the community up to the point where we drop a cable to a household for free.
Okay.
So they don't pay a shilling. The cost that they incur is only the cost related to metering and the usage of electricity that they gain as a service.
Okay.
Oh,
So, yeah.
So I don't know why.
Yeah.
Has this always been the case? Because I'm thinking
What's always?
Yeah. In
since
terms of
in recent years,
Yeah.
I know situations where people have had to pull power from the nearest transformer, and it has cost them money.
Are they rural?
They are very rural. That's why there was no power in the first place. Yeah.
Definitely. Of course, for us as an agency, we distribute power up to the point of just
A
dropping
household.
the household, dropping at the household level for free. So we don't charge.
Okay.
We don't
Okay.
charge.
I think
So,
let's define rural.
Yeah.
that defines rural.
What
right?
is rural?
Yeah.
What is rural, engineer? Is let's say, is Kitengela rural?
Kitengela is rural. Of course, it's a peri-urban
Okay.
settlement. Yes,
Rural.
yes.
Urban.
Are you involved in such?
We're involved in such, yes.
So
Even actually, we also do in informal settlements within Nairobi. Yes, yes.
so are we saying that now, then nobody in the country is currently getting a new connection after paying for power?
So it depends. For other agencies, of course, we have a sister company, KPLC. For them, they have a different model. Whether the program is fully funded or not. If it's fully funded, then they also take almost a similar model. But without funding, of course, the user has to put in. But those who are in the commercial space, you have a number of flats set up here. Then why don't you support your clients, your customers, or your tenants by paying a little fee to give them the service?
So how do I know that I'm applying through REREC or Kenya Power?
Or Kenya Power, yeah.
For us, we are open. We receive applications from mostly through individuals or through local leadership. Mostly they populate the list of households that they feel these ones are potential customers or potential users who need electricity. Then with that letter, they drop it in any of our offices because we have also regional offices. They drop in any of our offices, then we take it up and then start the process. And as we mentioned earlier, the question still remains, are resources enough for that? Because we receive quite a bulk of application. For instance, in a year, the budget allocation that we receive is able to do for us an average of about 1,200 to 1,500 projects. But in a year, we receive over 4,000 projects. So the aspect of prioritization also comes to play. Yeah.
So then I can see the gaps where, if you're receiving 4,000, is it 4,000 applications?
Yes,
and
yes,
you're
yes.
able to do 1,500.
All right,
Yes,
so,
So then some go to Kenya Power, and then
Exactly.
again, not all of Kenya Power's electrification is funded, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah,
then
yeah.
you might have to pay out of pocket. And I think that was the specific case.
Yeah.
And that's where you're told the nearest transformer is
there.
that
Yeah,
many kilometers away. You pay for the cost of getting the
of
power to
delivering
you.
power to
Yeah.
your house.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So if families are unconnected, it's the affordability, access, a combination of factors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Of
the
even
other question
resources.
you posed is on aspect of communities gaining access.
Yes, but not
Uh, the-
using.
But not using. Yeah. I'll say there are a number of things. As REREC, we have a directorate that supports in that. This is purely an aspect of advocacy and sensitizing the communities, because when the communities gain access, especially rural communities, their main agenda is let it be properly lit at night.
Yep.
And that is it.
Yep.
So the aspect of advocating for productive uses of energy is what now this new directorate does. We also have what we call energy centers. We have 17 energy centers across the country. Yeah, the energy centers, these are localized hubs which trains and exhibits renewable energy technologies that are workable for communities to adopt and start using. So through the two directorates, that of renewable energy and also that of information, education and communication, we have an advocacy component. So we move out to the communities and sensitize them that really this electricity can do much more than just powering your house. You can cook with it, you can do other things, you can even keep food for longer. You don't have to be going to the shop every minute. You can pump water, avoid carrying water from the water source, among many other things. So we go to the communities, sensitize them, and actually when we do launches and commissioning of projects, the team goes there and tells the community, educates the community that the access is not just about lighting. It's about improving your social and economic status. So that's what we do. And of course, we appreciate the fact, and that's why we had this drive now, that the communities, after gaining, they are also informed of the benefits that can come with it.
I'll come back with a bit of a pushback on that, because it's... And you'll tell us whether it's a lack of awareness or it's a lack of access to these other facilities, right? Affordability, affording to buy a fridge or affording to buy a hatchery for your chicks. Then kuku inalalia mayai, sasa wananiambia niweke mayai kwa hii kitu ya stima. You know,
Pick a struggle.
Kuku ilitega mayai na ikalalia mayai na ndio hiyo faranga. All of these things. And let's come back to that conversation shortly. It's time for us to take a break. Engineer Fred Ishugah is the General Manager for Renewable Energy Research and Development at REREC. Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation. That's it. We'll be back in a moment.
It's a hard name.
Right, we have Jose saying, how do you ensure equity in deciding which areas benefit from the projects? My rural community in Makueni, for example, has been left behind. That's what he's saying, and we'll pose that question to Engineer Ishugah, who we have with us as we're live at the Sustainable Energy Conference. And I think it was Mariam or Eric who asked about that, but did you speak to how you prioritize which areas get what when? Because he's saying in Makueni where he is...
You mentioned that you prioritize. You have too many, over 4,000 requests. You can only, because of the limitation of funding, you can only do up to maybe 1,500. So how do you pick those for 1,500?
Of course, if the community have dropped the application, then they are next in line for consideration. So as I mentioned, 1,500 projects. This is nationwide. It's not for one constituency or one county alone. This is across the country. And of course, in Makueni, like this year, we have quite a number of projects we have implemented there. Both rural electrification. We have also done public lighting. By the way, we do that. Street lighting, high mass for enhancement of security. So if the gentleman or lady from Makueni has moved around, you must have seen new projects. Last financial year, this financial year, we are yet to come again. Okay.
So
you're just next online if an application has been dropped.
Smallest ever, it says, it's disheartening that rural electrification often requires lobbying from your area MP. Otherwise, your community may be among the last to benefit. My community is still in the dark because my MP ni kama.
Is it in the dark?
Not quite. We do a blend of both. Of course, we understand the local leadership also. They represent the community.
Right.
But we have also so many communities that are benefited from our program without necessarily influence from any local leader, either local MP and all that. So we receive direct applications from the expected beneficiaries. We do what we go scope, we do budget estimation, we reference, then with funding, we develop the project. And there are many also of such.
But I can see that what he's asking. I mean, if you have a Bongolala MP and they don't know, for example, that REREC runs a matching funds project where they say we are putting in money, can the local community through the NGCDF committee put in money? Now, if the local CDF committee the local community decides, you know, this is a priority area, so our local CDF committee should allocate money for this, and then let's have our leadership lobby REREC. If they came to you and they said, "Ndio hii pesa, we are ready with the money," you put in the money. You know, it's faster than if the local leadership is completely unaware of something like this. Which is when our smallest ever, please, now that you are more informed, talk to your local leadership,
Right.
the local community, to talk to the local CDF committee, to use the local MP, to go to Engineer Fred,
Yes.
to say, pesa iko hapa, wapi stima?
Lobby from where you are.
True. Actually, we do write to even political leaders, the local leadership, the MPs. We write to counties every year, reminding them, yes, we have set aside the matching fund, kindly match.
Some do.
Every year. Some do, of course. You see, local leadership also have different priorities.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but that does not mean that we leave that county alone, because we have over 270, of course, constituencies. We ensure that each constituency, at least they have a project in a year. So that's also how we divide. So you can imagine now, out of 1,500, 270 already fixed, that these ones will be done in this and this and this and this constituency. So then the number, we use affirmative action to also share out these projects, and also based on also the programs we get from other development partners. Of course, we try to also ensure fairness. If a development partner comes and he's interested in specific areas, then of course we find a way to also have the resources shared with other areas.
Eric, you had pushed back earlier, just before the break. You wanted to counter something about...
It wasn't really countering. It's, first of all, I completely support rural electrification for social benefits. But I think the expansion of the social benefit is where I was saying that you have a directorate now, a department that is going to the communities and showing the community the benefits of having the steamer in the neighborhood. But what more is REREC doing to enable the community to actually enjoy this steamer? Because yes, we know the Ministry of Energy at some point actually went giving people bulbs. Because that was a big thing. Give people bulbs so they can connect and start using. Now you're coming to tell them as well, you can use this to preserve your food. That means buying a fridge, a mini fridge, whatever. Are you working with the suppliers of these appliances to provide these things in affordable ways, lipa mdogo mdogo and so on, for a fridge, for TVs, for, like I said, incubators, for small water pumps, and so on and so forth?
I'll come back in two main ways. One, I shared about advocacy. We do a lot of advocacy, but beyond that, as you say, we also do corporate social responsibility. So many of the projects that we have launched, we go back there, assess the area. We have given the community incubators. We have done portion mills for communities. We have quite a number of projects. We have solarized even boreholes for them to do additional farming activities using the electricity that is generated from a decentralized system. So we do this in communities, not just talking to them and ensuring that the knowledge has been passed of what benefits electricity can bring. Two, I also mentioned that we have 17 energy centers across the country. And these 17 energy centers demonstrates a wide range of technologies within renewable energy space. So through their activities, they also give out clean cookstoves to communities. They train local artisans in manufacturing or production of those cookstoves. And actually some of them end up starting the business and doing it for their socioeconomic development. We also go to the communities because we also, of course, when we talk of energy, we are also involved in production part. We support nurturing and raising of seedlings, and we also issue out these seedlings to communities to grow so that they can have also sufficiency of biomass energy resources that they can use mostly for cooking within their homestead. And of course, on the aspect of climate, we are pro that. We try to also improve tree cover.
Reduce use of biomass. I like the idea, it's CSR, but I have a proposal. REREC becomes an enabler of an ecosystem of private sector players who will come in and bring in these appliances and take over this. Let it be private sector led, but let the private sector see that actually we have a community here of potential customers, and using your power as REREC, bring in the financial services sector, bring in the suppliers of this equipment, bring in the market, so that you're saying that we are enabling this ecosystem so people can use the electricity. In the end, that's a bigger corporate social responsibility.
Exactly. And sustainable as well.
Exactly, and that's what we do through our energy centers. And when you visit one, you'll also see different appliances from different suppliers. We don't directly promote one or the other. You know what that will bring as a government agency, bias and all that. So we remain technology neutral. But those who present themselves, we use the same equipment also to advocate for what is possible to be done.
I have a comment here as well from Mutali Davis saying, I have some concerns. Somewhere in Bungoma, in Tongaren, KPLC and REREC erected posts and disappeared. It's now been 3 months without wires.
Would love to know if it's KPLC or REREC.
Or REREC, exactly. And then he's asking, so what is this? What does that mean?
Just a clarity there, it's possible with either of the agencies. It's possible. What has been happening, of course, the issue of sufficient supply of materials, a little delay or specific complement of a material. You see, electrification is not just about poles. It's about the conductors. It's about other items that needs to complement for a whole range of infrastructure to get to the community. But he should just hold on there for a short while. Whether REREC or KPLC, that project will be completed.
So it's not something unusual. I think it's just good for people to know that. Because for him, he said it's 3 months. We haven't seen any movement, but it's important to understand it.
Could just be about material flow.
Maybe communication then.
Yes.
If it is a REREC project, we don't know. But yes, that's even if it is Kenya Power, because they're probably watching as well, let people know. Tumeanza, we have a shortage of materials, but in a few months we'll be back. Just because of time, I want to get into the renewable part of this conversation. I know Eric has a few questions as well, but maybe just a little bit on renewable energy. Again, we've said, you know what, I don't know, we could go heavy on solar and the sun decides not to shine.
That's very, very unlikely.
That the sun decides not to shine. Well, if the last few months have been anything to go by.
Sure. Renewable energy is the way to go, whether big or small. You see, the beauty of renewable energy is that it's highly localized. It's highly scalable. You can scale it up, especially specific renewable energy resources like solar. Today you have one panel, tomorrow you feel like it's not enough, you scale it up to 2 or 3. Technology is changing every time and improving the products that have been there. So if there is a technology that we won't go wrong on right now, I think it's on renewable energy. And as a country, I can say we have abundant of it. And it can fit all. Those on-grid and also those off-grid. And that's why REREC specifically dedicate ourselves to serving those who are off-grid through renewable energy. We are also moving away from diesel generation stations. We have a number of them. REREC as an agency owns 20 diesel generation stations in quite a number of counties, mostly northeastern and eastern. Out of the 20, we have hybridized 4 of them. And the story is going on. We want to completely move out of it. And this, of course, shows that renewable energy is able to serve, just like the conventional sources that we were used to. Yeah.
I have a question on, so you said you have mini grids,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you go to an area that is not connected to the national grid. It's going to take a while before Ketraco brings cables here to bring the grid here.
Yeah.
And so you decide, let's electrify this community. So what do you do? How do you decide what source of power to use? Wind, solar, diesel-powered generators, and so on.
Yeah,
What else is there? Apart from those 3? Oh, water. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you decide which one to go by?
The decision to go by a specific source is how easy is it to electrify the community with a specific source? What resources are available in that specific site? One resource that I can say is cuts across is solar. And the reason why solar has been widely been used as a source of electricity. We have so many sites that have had small hydros done with small mini-grids within the areas. These areas of Mau, when you go to Abadeas, those areas of Nyeri, quite a number of small hydro stations that are running in those areas because that resource is available there. It provides stability in the power source, among other things. So it does not necessarily need a battery energy storage, which usually is the most delicate and the most expensive component of a solar system to be able to supply stable power. Yeah. You go to Wajir, clearly you are not going to electrify Wajir with the small hydro. You'll just have to go solar because hydros are not available for generation of electricity there. Yeah. You go to some areas of Marsabit, potential for wind is there. Yeah. So you have to you have to do proper designs. Are you going for wind? Are you going for solar?
Localized solutions.
You provide actually that's the beauty of renewable energy. You provide a localized solution.
One that is available to be done
but
there.
Above it all, I can say solar has played a universal role for all the areas in Kenya.
Do you store the solar power, to be used at night?
Yes.
So in every small mini grid, there's definitely now some serious battery
energy storage.
Battery energy.
Yes.
That runs throughout the night.
Yes.
Na ile sikujua sasa imefanya vile.
So what happens is all our systems, first when we design them with a few days of autonomy. Mostly 2.5 days autonomy.
What's a few days of autonomy?
Few days of autonomy is those days that you've just shared that the sun refuses to rise.
Okay.
Yeah, when the cloud cover is crazy, you can't get sufficient rays sufficient to charge your batteries. Yeah, so those days. Yeah, and you can have continuous of 3 days. 2, what we do with the same systems is we integrate diesel generation as a standby solution in those sites. Yeah, and we've done this in a number of sites. Recently, there are 4 sites that have been commissioned. 3 in Lake Victoria, if you know of the island called Mageta Island, Takawiri and Gothe. We have 1 island in Kwale called Wasini Island. They're all electrified by solar, but with a standby diesel generator there. But since we installed those diesel generator stations, have never run.
Really? Yeah?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Brilliant.
I know.
How long have the the grid's been
The
on?
mini grids.
Yeah.
For now, they have run for about 2 years.
Oh, that's okay. 2 years without using the
Yes, yes.
generator is
No,
fantastic.
That's a
That's a
big
good
one.
thing. Another question, just on this mini grids. What's the average capacity of a mini grid? How many households does it supply?
A mini grid will range. It will range from even a 10 kilowatt system all the way. Like the biggest solar mini grid we have currently is in the Mageta Island, as REREC, which is 800 kilowatt system. But we have bigger ones. KPLC have hybridized El-Wak station with a bigger capacity, around 3 megawatts. So you can have as big, but you can still ideally the thing of the aspect of a mini grid is just being out of a centralized system. You know, the grid is a centralized system.
Yes.
So a mini grid is part of decentralized. So it's detached from the centralized national grid. So it can be of any capacity.
Is there a plan to connect those ones to the main grid?
Yes.
Or is
all
Or
our
to
mini
expand
grids-
the mini grids, because I'm thinking communities also grow, they don't stay static. Yeah.
Technology has changed. They are all interconnectable. They are islandable in technical terms. You can connect one to the other, to the grid. That's why you can see also on the station, we have diesel generation station. It still can be able to power the supply of that small mini grids.
Okay.
I mean, I just wondered, and maybe you've spoken to it, because we're talking about connection, we're talking about lighting homes. You've also talked about local solutions. So I'm trying to see how in all this, it's spurring job creation within that, because I think it should be beyond just, electrification, etc. But how is it actually also going to spur jobs even in rural communities?
Yeah. Actually, as REREC, our mission is to provide sustainable energy solution for all. Through either rural electrification and renewable energy. For socio-economic transformation. So electricity or access to energy, it enables. So it enables either direct or indirect. Actually, indirect employment takes the biggest part. Because energy by itself is a service. So you use that service to improve yourself. And that's why also the aspect of advocacy and all that comes in. That the communities, after they have access, they are talked to. Kindly use this to keep your foods longer so that you don't have to be cooking every day. So that you don't have to lose your fish after you harvest from Lake Turkana or Lake Victoria. Keep it cold stored. You wait for a better market. You are not in a rush. Those are the benefits that comes along with access to the service. So, as I said, we have a few direct beneficiaries through jobs and all that, but indirect is the
you can't
biggest.
count.
You can't count because that's the main essence of
Very
delivering power to the community.
I also think about it from an education perspective, and we mentioned it as well. Think about someone who is studying with a koroboi and inhaling that smoke, and then someone who is studying Nastima. It speaks to quality of life.
Exactly.
It speaks to the economy. It adds to, of course, again, social economic transformation, like you've mentioned. But I wanted to know, just as we wrap up the conversation, ways for consumer feedback, because as we've threaded, you've already seen some of the concerns that have come in, some of the questions that have come in. So how does REREC take in consumer feedback? What exists, a proper quick loop where it can be like, the polls have been up, it's been 3 months, nothing is happening.
A number of ways we do that. Actually, in those sites, we have, we have almost a replica model with KPLC in terms of how we implement our projects. Within those areas, there are county supervisors. And when we enter, before any project is implemented, we reach out to the community, we sensitize them first. Then materials arrive, the contractors is brought on board. And before the commissioning also, the community is talked about. And during the construction also, we have key persons who are always within sight. Probably The one in question has not been able to reach out to that specific person, but there's no project that goes without supervision. So our presence is always
On ground.
within those sites that implementation is happening. Two, of course, before any project is done, we ensure that we meet with the communities. For instance, in those areas that I mentioned, those areas of ASAL areas.
Right.
Usually we have a lot of barazas with the communities, even to buy in the aspect that energy is going to actually transform our livelihood. So a lot of exchange with the communities. We even give them local leadership. We see on how we can be able to support the communities through corporate social responsibility. And sometimes when we set up mini grids, of course, issues of land are very critical.
Sensitive, yeah.
So we involve the local community through wayleave acquisition, because the communities have to consent that the poles will have to pass through here, they'll have to pass through here. I'm comfortable on this within my farm and all that. So we involve them at all time, and they all give a written consent.
Because of time, kuna kwanga na kakitu for the pole sitting on your land. Kuna kakitu, sindio?
We negotiate. We negotiate. But generally, we try to use open wayleave corridors along the roads. But when we find technology giving us a strain, we negotiate with the landowner. Kindly allow us to do this, then they give consent.
All right.
So, engineer,
thank you, Engineer. We're completely out of time.
We are. Thank you very much. I'm going to say this. Wacha niseme the full one. Engineer Fred Ishugah, General Manager, Renewable Energy Research and Development at Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, REREC. Just giving us some of those insights into, the future of rural electrification. In the next hour, we'll speak to more stakeholders in this sector and really find out how we can get to 100%. Fixing the nation, one conversation at a time. It's now 8 a.m.